Welcome to the podcast that passes poor performance on pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Darren Duncan, alongside with my best friend, Audie Marsh. We're just a couple of cool cats casually causing some chaos with conversation. We're here to entertain you, not hurt your feelings, so don't blame us. Did you know that the Kool-Aid Man plays baseball?
No, what team?
Not what team, what position. The Kool-Aid Man, the one that busts through the walls and he's got the red. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The Kool-Aid Man. The Kool-Aid Man. He plays baseball. Did you know that? What position do you think the Kool-Aid Man plays in baseball?
Pitcher?
Yeah. Yeah. He's the fucking pitcher.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
Whatever. You got it, though. It took it 15
It was like
seconds.
pitcher, shortstop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not like fucking, I don't know, Joe Biden that fucking, if he were to play football, he'd start as a tight end. And then by the time Trump was done with him, he'd end up as a wide receiver. Oh, all right. Enough of politics and butt jokes. So today we're talking about, is it your least favorite, most favorite cult leader of all time? Who are we talking about here? Jiminy Cricket? What's his name?
It's going to be my least.
Your least favorite of all the cult leaders?
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking scumbag, is he not?
Absolutely. Him and David Koresh.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
David Koresh was the shit. The Davidians in Waco, Texas?
Fucking psychos, bro.
That guy was the man. Fucking
No way.
Motherfucker ATF is the ones who fucked that up. David Koresh did nothing. The only thing all right, fine. David Koresh had sex with young girls, which is fuck you. Fuck you, David Koresh, for that. Okay, fine. Fuck David Koresh. That's all.
There you go.
I can't defend him after that. God damn it. I can't defend. There's nowhere I can go after that. Yeah.
There you go, man.
He totally fucked teenage girls. Son of a bitch. I was going to try to defend him, and then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. I can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all cut off. Like, if he didn't do that, like, I get it. He did the whole, I want to be my own, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they were cool, like, except like he wanted to fuck this guy's wife, so it's like, oh, we gotta have multi-wives, and I'm Jesus, so I get to fuck your wife.
Did ATF fuck that up? Yes. Yeah, they did.
100%. Like, they could have fucking but what happened was, man, I can't think of the fucking scenario because I'm fucking shit hammered, but there was a scenario that happened like not too long before that ATF fucked it up too. It was a guy and his brother or something with his wife and kids in a cabin, and the fucking ATF came in and fucking mowed them all down. And then they're like, we fucked up. We got to fucking right the situation. And then this Waco thing, it was like 50 something days with this Waco scenario. And like the ATF just was like, fuck this. Our dick is bigger. We're going in. And they were rolling shit over with the tanks, and when they were crashing into the fucking building, they fucked up the escape route for the wives and kids, so they got trapped, and they all fucking died of smoke inhalation, and that's a whole different fucking podcast.
Yeah. But anyway, that stemming from that, Timothy McVeigh. I mean, we could go into that later on.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh did the Oklahoma City bombing. It was after, right? Like, to be like, fuck you guys. I'm trying to. I can't think of the goddamn scenario that really pissed off Timothy McVeigh. It was before Waco, though.
In general, I think it was just against the government. Period.
It was like something Hill. It was like the name of the situation. I don't know. Everyone's gonna be mad at me, but
yeah. But no, the guy, the asshole we're talking about is Jim Jones, and I want to say he's at the bottom. He's probably my least. I more or less like I'm intrigued by cults, and he intrigued me just by word of mouth, just how powerful he was. Like that blows my mind how many people can just lead a fucking cult just by dumb shit.
Like, he started out as a preacher in Indiana, and he was the shit. Like, it was a predominantly black hood, like neighborhood, and fucking most of the people that was in this church were black folks. And like that's wild because like black people are like ultra religious. A lot of them are, and they have like these extravagant black fucking preachers. They all sing and they stand up and they're all about it. But for them to follow a white dude, it's kind of weird if you ask me.
Especially in that time.
Not weird, but just like
Well,
unheard of.
in that time period.
Yeah, for
Well, that
sure. The
was with the whole
70s, right?
segregations and shit.
Yeah, 100%. So like they were following this white dude, and the church just grew and grew, and then for whatever reason they decided to go down to fucking South America. I think it was like either to evade taxes or he was just getting weirder, and then the government was coming after him. But we're gonna get into that too later. But if this fucking guy were to do everything right and he just kept his fucking balls in a knot and kept preaching in that tiny little church in Indiana, this guy would have been the shit. He would have been
Absolutely.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, he
But
started off doing good things and helping people, and like most platforms, you get an audience, you just fucking you lose your mind.
yeah,
And we can relate that to everyday shit in today's society. Who was it?
100%.
Jake Paul being one of them, Island Boys being one of them. No, I'm serious. They're fucking
No, no,
idiots.
no. The Kardashians.
Fucking hate the Kardashians. Just fucking the high powered
Yeah.
celebrities, actors. It just goes to their head, uh,
And this is
think of
before
the
social
people.
media. It all started in a
Yeah,
tiny little room and then it
think of
just
these
grew and grew.
people. Yeah, think of these people today that are always on the tabloids. If they had that power back in like the 60s and 70s, they'd fucking be another Jim Jones. They just can't
Hmm.
do it this time of age. It's cults are
Well,
frowned
they
upon these
basically
time of
are
age.
with their followers.
Right.
They have 100,000 million followers, whatever, clicking, liking things, but
Yeah. Well,
if they're
yeah,
all
they
not
depend.
congregating into a room.
Well, that's
But they're
like
all,
I'm a victim of a cult. Like I've been attacked by celebrities' followings because they didn't like what I had to say.
yeah, 100%.
So I say I'm a victim. Uh,
Well, I know exactly who you're talking about. We're not going to
yeah,
mention it, but the clue
no,
is
but
that the sequel to their horror movie is coming out very soon, and we're just going to leave it at that.
right, but that's crazy because I was 100% in the right, but I was
Yes,
wrong according to everybody else. So take that and put it in what Jim Jones, uh, what he envisioned, what he was doing. He probably thought he was doing the right thing when once he got to was it
somewhere.
Guyana,
Oh yeah, Guyana. Yeah,
Guyana. Once he got over there, he was like
Guyana. I don't fucking know, man.
Guyana. Uh,
I don't speak Spanish. South American. What the fuck is it? Guyana. Let's not spend
is
too
that
much time.
Spanish?
Guyana. I don't know. South America. It's all
Guyana.
fucking. They're all brown
I think
countries.
Steve Irwin said that a
Gu-
Guyana.
It's Guyana. So
Oh, he was saying iguana. I'm sorry. Yeah.
iguana. Like, do you want to join a cult? That's
So
what I'd call it.
before we dive deep into this asshole's
Yeah.
tragic,
Dive deep into
uh,
this asshole's asshole.
yeah. I now ask the question: what was your first initiation or first? Uh, how'd you
I,
know? Like, oh,
I've
fucking Jim Jones.
I've always heard the statement, "Don't drink the Kool-Aid."
Yeah.
That's I always heard that statement, and it was just to me, it just meant like don't follow trends. Oh, if your friends jump off a bridge, you're gonna jump off too. Like that was just a statement. And then it was honestly when I dived balls deep into it was through last podcast on the left. They did like a fucking 6 fucking part series on this piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they played the whole death tape. And I literally cried listening to it. I was like shut down and depressed for like 3, 4 days. I was just devastated by this. And I was like, fuck this. I want nothing to do with this guy. And you're like, I want to do an episode on him someday. And I'm like, as long as I don't got to listen to the fucking death tape again. And then here I am. I'm like, did you download the death tape? Let's play it. Like, fuck, whatever, dude. Let's fucking go, you know? But
Yeah.
that was my first whatever was don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Right. Mine was,
And it wasn't Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid. It was fucking Flavor Aid, just so everybody knows.
Mine was
Shout out to Rip It Energy Drink.
I think
drink the Rip It, don't drink the flavor. Go ahead,
yeah.
man.
Mine was digging deep into the Heaven's Gate cult.
Okay.
I was studying because that was one I lived during. You know,
Yeah.
that was one I could say I was part of, but not part of. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I lived through it, and I remember watching it, and that's what intrigued me later on as I got older. Google was a thing, and I just started looking up cults, and I always heard of Jonestown. I've always heard of Jim Jones. I've heard people talk. I've heard movies reference it. I've heard the "don't drink the Kool-Aid" thing, but it never clicked until I got in tune with it. And I was like, "Son of a bitch!" Now it all makes sense, you know. And I was just like, "Man, fuck this guy!" But I was so intrigued. Like cults fascinate me, uh, because of the again the platform, the power, just the dumbass people who follow other dumbass people. I just can't I can't wrap my head around it. Don't get me wrong, as this podcast we have a following. As our YouTube we have a following. But
thank you all, by the way.
but it's nothing extreme like, all right,
Right.
I want all my followers to meet me at Madison Square Gardens. We're gonna drink fentanyl.
Right.
And then they come and do it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, fuck, it's nothing like that.
I don't want our followers to die. I want your fucking money. Like, give me $5 a month. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Ozzy Osbourne when everybody was bashing him, like, oh, you're telling, fuck, you're telling your listeners kill themselves. He's like, I want people to buy my records. I'm not going to tell my listeners to kill themselves. So,
So it's always been fascinating to me. I can really the Heaven's Gate cult was just a dumb fuckers. They never really
those were the
hurt
shit
anybody.
bags that they cut off their genitals.
Yeah, dumb, just stupid dumb shit.
And it was
But
Haley's Comet. They thought they were going to go to fucking
they were
outer
gonna,
space.
yeah, again with religion and spaceship shit. But
Yeah, it's weird.
neither one is real. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like the Jim Jones thing with just him being like, again, going back to religion, it's like that's the platform he chose. That's how he gained his following. And back in that time of era, that's how you did it. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't get a fucking following by the touch of a phone. Like you had to like present yourself, and what better way to do that in the time was fucking church.
Yeah, I don't think it started like that though. Like I don't think he's like I'm going to start a fucking cult. I think he
No.
legitimately wanted to be a preacher and
Right.
speak the gospel and then it just went to his head.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna blame it on ego and pills, man. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking addiction and ego is what I'm gonna fucking blame it on.
And what fueled all that was how easy it was for a collection plate to be passed. You know, like even today's churches, these mega churches
They're
and
all
shit.
fucking tax exempt, dude, which is bullshit. Tax the fucking rich and tax the goddamn churches. Like fucking science, dude. You know my wife grew up in a cult, right? I don't mean to put her on blast, but she grew up in a fucking cult. She grew up in fucking Mormonism, and we'll do a fucking episode on that too, and Scientology and all that bullshit. But like the modern day cults these days is fucking Mormonism and Scientology. And
What about Jehovah Witnesses? They're pretty weird too.
yeah, but they fuck off when you tell them to. Like,
yeah, but
I I've been visited by Jehovah's Witnesses, and this is how this exactly went down. It was three white dudes, young teenage boys. They knocked on my fucking door, and they were basically asking me fucking how I am, blah blah blah. And then he's like, "We're here to represent the church and all this shit." And I'm like, "Cool, what do you got for me?" Because I don't want to be fucking mean, you know. And he's like, I was like, "Look, dude, I'm not really interested. I'm a Lutheran." That's what I fucking told him. And I'm like, "I'm not interested in your church." And he's like, "All right, well, let me ask you one question before I leave." I'm like, "All right." And he says, "God forbid, if you were to die tomorrow, do you think you'd go to heaven?" And I said, "Absolutely, 100%." And he's like, "I'd love to hear that. That's great that you're so confident in that. Let me ask you why." And I was like, "Dude, I don't want to have this fucking conversation with you. Leave now, please." And they were like, "All right, fine." They left because like they wanted to the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses thing. Man, I can't even fucking get into it because I can't fucking remember. But they're like they don't fucking celebrate birthdays or Christmas
Right.
or anything because it's Jesus first. It's God fucking first, like first and foremost. And it's like fuck you, like I don't know.
No, I
The,
get it. Well, back like in my hometown, like where the Jehovah Witness buildings are and stuff, like there's
yeah,
no windows. Like there's no windows on their buildings and stuff. So like I don't know. I've never dug deep into it, but it's culty. It's very culty. There's certain
100%.
churches and religions that are just culty. That just solidifies me like not even I don't go to church as it is, and that right
Right.
there, the mega church, the cults, the if you don't believe this, you're going to hell. And I don't like
Yeah.
when people tell me that because I've done so much good things in this world. I don't need a motherfucker telling me, how do you know the fuck I'm going to fucking hell? You
Exactly.
don't know me. So and maybe we can relate this conversation to what Jim Jones put out to his followers. Like, what the fuck was he telling them in this church after he moved to Guyana? You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like, oh, Jim Jones, and he had sex with like women and men and shit. Like,
He
you
was
know,
fucking dudes too.
yeah, yeah, he had sex with dudes too.
That's fine. Fuck dudes if you want to fuck dudes. But
I'm
I
not
think
against it. I'm just saying, like,
like he did it for dominance.
man, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna fuck your wife, but now I gotta fuck you too because I'm the shit, and that's just how this goes.
Like,
I
do you
I,
think,
I doubt he got fucked in his ass like Aleister Crowley did. There's another like occultism shit, but like Jim
like,
Jones did it for dominance, I would
you
think.
think like Jim Jones had a room of nothing but cuckolds?
People watching him fuck wives.
Yeah,
All I know is that you and I have always talked about when we make it big and famous or retire or whatever, we're going to start a store. I think we should start a bar and name it Jonestown. So that way at 2 a.m. every night we can be like, last call at Jonestown. And it's a shot of
we'll
Kool
call.
Aid.
Yeah, the shot would be Kool Aid with like vodka
Flavor
in it.
Aid. Flavor Aid, my
Flavor
bad.
Aid.
But we'll mix it. It'll be Rip It and tequila.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at us, Rip It. We still want your sponsorship. So,
Damn, that's a great idea, man.
dude, I'm out full of great ideas.
Fucking
Like this
amazing.
is all I have is great ideas.
Wow, man.
And some bad ones, you know. But so what would
Yeah.
it take? What would it take for you to join a cult?
Now, what are we talking? Are we
Well,
talking
like, all
like
right, most people are raised into them. Like my wife, for example, was like born into it, right? And like I've been to a Mormon church and it was for a trunk or treat for my kids. And like the lady, like the head lady of the church, like stood on my toes. She put her feet on top of my feet and was like, "How are you into this family?" Did I tell you this story? I'm sure I fucking told you this story. I won't get into it, but
maybe?
it was super fucking awkward. As I look over, her brother is surrounded by like four giant dudes, like big dudes. And they're like, "So where do you live now? How come you don't come to the church anymore?" Homeboy pulled out a pen and paper, and her brother just broke down, was like, "Oh, I live at 2413 Jackson Street. This is my phone number." Like it was fucking awkward as shit. And I'm like, "I'm here for a chili cook-off and a trunk or treat, motherfucker. I ain't never coming back to this shit." But like you said, the fucking multi or mega church or whatever, this thing was one of the most beautiful buildings I ever seen in my life. It was crazy, but I'll never go back. And Dora either, you know, like we're absolutely not. We went for trunk or treat, but what like so people are born into it, right? But what would it take for you to join a cult? Like let's just say some homeboy came up and was like, dude, I got this fucking idea. You know what I mean? Like, listen, hear me out, you know, and then like what would it take?
Yeah.
Like for you,
So
it'd probably take like free resin.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it wouldn't take much for me. I mean,
Autographs, what? Like, okay, let's
count
go,
me in.
dude.
Oh, I gotta go kill an innocent baby and smear its blood across the doors of the churches. Oh, absolutely.
And I'm gonna get fucking William Shakespeare's autograph. I don't even read William Shakespeare, but I know that's worth 12 grand. Let's go.
Is that an Elvis Presley autograph? Oh, son of a bitch.
I can't name 6 songs, but fuck it. No, I bet you can name 6 songs.
I would
Name 6 Elvis songs.
Blue Suede Shoes, Jailhouse Rock.
Guess what?
No,
Even
shut
if
up.
you name even if you name 20 Elvis songs, none of them are Elvis songs because Elvis never
Oh yeah,
wrote a
he never
single
wrote his
song
own
in his
shit.
entire life. They were all covers. Anyway.
Anyway.
God damn it. So
Man, put me on the spot.
how would you join a cult? What would it take?
For me, and this is gonna sound really fucked up.
Okay.
Money,
Yeah.
and
All right.
sex. Is that fucked up?
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But what kind of cult are we talking about? Are we talking
No,
like
I was gonna say, like, I get to fuck all the bitches that are here. Like, let's go.
yeah, like what like
But
are we
this
like
is like unmarried man shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
This is me in a cult shit.
Right. Like fucking 18 years
Like
old, no wives, nothing.
yeah, like so I guess they would persuade me by sex and money, but then what would I have to do in return? That's where it's like, what the fuck?
Well, you said sex, so you know if you're gonna give it, you probably gotta take it too.
So it'll be part of a cuckold.
You gotta fucking get on your knees and line 4 dudes up and make like a fucking circus
Oh
seal.
my god.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. This initiation in this cult's just fucking crazy, but
Right.
I'm getting paid.
Where's that plate you guys pass around? Because I'm not seeing any money. All I see is dicks and balls. Like, can we?
It'd be like, is this
That's
what's
how the
this cult?
suicide comes in. You're like, can we just kill ourselves? Because this fucking sucks.
Can I just drink the Kool-Aid? Oh wait.
More semen? Fuck. I
Is
wanted
it
the poison
what's
flavor aid. All
what's
you're
this
giving me
cult
is
called
more
again?
jizz.
Bukkake cult?
That's fucked up. Buculti, we'll call it.
Bukulti.
Buculti.
There's a
Cheese
t-shirt.
and yeah, no, genius idea. There we go.
Right there.
Buculti. So I don't know, man. For me, it'd probably like back in the day would have been like drugs, you know, women and
Yeah.
fucking I don't know, music equipment. Like you're gonna fucking if the devil came up to me and when I was like 18 and he's like, you're gonna be a fucking rock god. Here's all the coke you want. You won't have a heart attack. Here's all the ass you want, and you're gonna go on tour. I'd be like, let's go. But
And
that's
then
the devil. That's
and then
you
you
know,
would die at
that's the devil.
27.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then you would have a different
Yeah.
co-host,
And I'd be
and
talking
then
about your dumb ass.
you'd be like, I kind of like Amy Winehouse a little bit more than I liked Darren Duncan. like, like as much as you hate her, because we would have never met at that point. You'd be like, that
No.
fucking Darren guy, man. I don't know. Fuck that
I
guy.
feel there's like a connection between me and him, like kind of like Jim Morrison's up here, but then Darren's like here, but then Amy Winehouse is like right here, just above Darren.
Yeah, like right in the middle. Fuck.
That's fucking funny.
Fuck him, dude. So this fucking scumbag, he was born James Warren Jones. He was born on May 13th in 1931. He died November 18th in 1978. He was a preacher, a political activist, and a mass murderer. Spoiler alert. I hope we didn't ruin the podcast. There's the end of the podcast. But the church he led was the People's Temple. That's what it was called. I forgot about that. It was between 1955 and 1978. And in 1976, Jim Jones privately self-identified as an atheist. That's interesting.
Oh wow, imagine that.
And what he called revolutionary suicide, him and the members of his inner circle orchestrated a mass murder slash suicide in his remote jungle commune at Jonestown, Guyana, on November 18th, 1978. Jones and the events which occurred at Jonestown have had a defining influence on society's perception of cults. That's 100% true, right? Like when you think of cults, like Jim Jones is one of the first fucking names that you think of.
Absolutely.
So as a child, he developed an affinity for Pentecostalism and a desire to preach. So like Pentecostalism, I'm thinking is like the Pentecostal, like isn't that like obviously it's churchy,
Hmm.
but it's weird that he started out as an atheist. Like that's fucking interesting as shit. But he had a desire to preach, and he was ordained as a Christian minister in the Independent Assemblies of God. And it attracted his first group of followers while participating in the Pentecostal latter rain movement and the healing revival during the 50s. It's weird that this goes back that far. Like, this is before Manson, and like everybody called that a
Hmm.
cult, and that wasn't a fucking cult at all, but that's neither here nor there. Jones's initial popularity arose from his joint campaign appearances with the movement's prominent leaders, William Branham and Joseph Matson, and their endorsement of his ministry. I have no idea who these guys are. Fuck them. Who cares? We're going to keep going. But it was the People's Temple in Indianapolis in 1955, and Jones began to be influenced by Father Divine and the Peace Mission movement. And Jones distinguished himself through civil rights activism. You mentioned that earlier. This was the time where
Hmm.
blacks and whites were fighting and the cops were treating blacks like shit. And
Yep.
he was in the fucking Indiana hood. And the black folks were like, oh, this guy's the shit. And they followed him. And like, who knows if they had black preachers in that town? Like, for whatever reason, this guy led that fucking neighborhood. And it fucking worked out for him. But in 1965, they moved the temple to California. The group established its headquarters in San Francisco, where Jim Jones became heavily involved in political and charitable activity throughout the 70s. Jones developed connections with prominent California politicians and was appointed as a chairman of the San Francisco Housing Authority Commission in 1975. So, like, he's fucking, it's so weird how religion and politics like take over shit. You know what I mean? Like, when motherfuckers are like every 4 years we get a new president or whatever, and like they try to push that, like, that whole God thing, you know?
Hmm.
And like John Wayne Gacy was a fucking murderer. What was he? Fucking politician, dude. So I don't know.
Yep.
But anyway, the People's Temple at its peak it had over 3,000 members. That's absurd. I wish we had 3,000 fucking people watching right now. Jesus Christ. But his followers engaged in a communal lifestyle in which many turned over all their income and property to Jones and the temple. So it's like, wow, you're the shit. Here's all my money. Like most of your churches and shit, I think you're supposed to give like a third of your income.
Like ten
Like,
percent or something.
why?
Yeah.
Why? Like I was my mom was Lutheran. My kids are baptized into Lutheranism. Lutheranism is the only one that ever made sense to me. It's a branch off of Catholicism. There was a preacher. His name was Lutheran, his last name, and he was a Catholic preacher. And then he went to church one day, and instead of opening the church, he like nailed this fucking letter to the door. And he's like 300 things that's wrong with Catholicism. Fuck you. Fuck Catholicism. Follow me. I'm starting a church next door. It's called Lutheranism. Let's go. And like that's how Lutheranism started. And like that's the one that makes the most sense to me, besides Satanism, but that's a whole other podcast. The fuck was I going with this? I said Satan, and I'm like, fuck. But yeah, so, but even that, it was like they like the church that I went to was gorgeous. It wasn't like fucking like the Mormons. It was like the size of like two nice houses. But like the preacher lived right next door, and it was all tax free. He didn't have like the fancy car or nothing, but I know for a fact he like didn't pay rent or anything, and they passed a little collection plate around, and people put a couple bucks in it, you know. But it's like, who in their right fucking mind would give a third of their fucking income to this building? Why? Why? How does it come back to you? If you want a relationship with God, read the Bible. If that's what you're into, read the fucking Bible. Why do you need some other jerk off to tell you what the Bible says? Just read it your fucking self. The Bible is ancient Hebrew poetry anyway. That's all it is. And it was written by 12 motherfuckers over thousands of years. The shit started fucking 2,000 goddamn years ago. I know I'm getting way off track, but guess what? I don't fucking care. The fucking if you want to think about it, like I know it's cliche, but like Bible could be an acronym for basic instructions before leaving Earth. And God can be an acronym for a good orderly direction. You don't need to join a goddamn cult. Just be righteous, just be nice. Follow the
Good
golden
morals.
the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments. Don't fuck your fucking neighbor. Don't beat your dog. Don't beat your kids. Yeah, don't kill, don't lie, don't cheat,
that's the Bible summed up all in one right there. By
boom,
10
yeah.
commandments. Yep.
I don't give a fuck about Cain and Abel. That's their fucking problem. That's fucked up that two brothers got into an argument and Cain killed his fucking brother. Guess what? Cain's a dick. You know what I mean? But like the whole fucking Noah's Ark and all that shit, dude, it's like, whatever, dude, fine. That probably did happen. But back then, these motherfuckers didn't know about different continents. You know, like there might have been a flood. Guess what? Fucking New Orleans flooded. So imagine if like there was an area in the world way back then, and that's all they knew was this tiny area, and it fucking flooded. To them, that's the world. And he got two fucking animals of everything? Probably not. And if you really want to get into it, what I think, Noah's Ark was a fucking DNA bank for the goddamn aliens. But that's another podcast.
Oh God.
Fuck you, aliens are real. But
yeah, so did they have like two aliens on Noah's Ark or what?
No, it was a DNA bank. It was a fucking DNA bank. Noah was a drunk. Read the Bible. But they don't talk about aliens, but they talk about Nephilim and they talk about giants and they talk about Nibiru and shit. It's fucking aliens, man. It's the Anunnaki.
I don't believe in the Noah's Ark.
Then you know what? Go suck Jim Jones' dick. And then at the end of the world, we'll see who's on the fuck. You know, I'm going to be in a spaceship with the aliens looking down on you and be like, I told you.
You're going to be up there with Doe and Heaven's Gate. You know what? You would have been in Heaven's Gate.
Artie, I told you the aliens were real. And you're going to be like, glug, 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 I'm sorry. Sucking Jim Jones' dick in hell.
That's, you know what, 97, that was you. You are a Heaven's Gate cult member, 100%. That's you.
No.
Dude, that was you, bro.
No, they had no aliens.
Spaceships.
Yeah, but they were talking about like ancient Egypt or none of that shit. They were just like, aliens on Haley's Common. We're going to wear white Nikes. Fuck that guy. And chop off their dick and balls. That's like one of the most proudest possessions I have is my dick and balls. You think I'm going to cut them off? No, absolutely not. Not even for God.
So you mean to tell me if like you got involved with a cult and it was something similar to Heaven's Gate, not so much cutting dick and balls off, but if it put your mind somewhere to the closest thing of, because you're passionate about aliens, so if this cult puts your mind somewhere to where it like
I'm a hybrid.
Aliens are fucking real.
I'm half alien. My fucking blood type is O positive. It's one of the most rarest blood types on the planet.
That was mine.
I can't get COVID. I can't get COVID.
I got COVID and I'm O positive.
I can't get HPV either. I could fuck all day and not get HPV. You could sneeze on my nuts and I won't get COVID. I'm a fucking hybrid. I'm an alien. Well,
but no, if you joined a cult, and they took you to showed you shit like no other because they brainwashed you. They brainwashed you by telling you that aliens are real, but
who's they? You mean like humans? If another human being,
the alien cult.
So it's basically the History Channel. This is my fucking cult leader. They're like ancient aliens, man. This is that guy with the weird hair, the fucking Giorgio Tsoukalos or whatever the fuck. But no, like I would definitely wouldn't join a cult over aliens. Like I'm basically like, I'm agnostic is what I would call it. If I had to put a term on it, I would say that I'm agnostic. Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
Agnostic is like you believe in something, but you don't know if it's a him or her. You don't necessarily think like
Oh, okay,
something
yeah.
created the world, but you don't think it was the Big Bang Theory and it wasn't fucking all random bullshit, but something definitely guided it to make it happen. And it's like, what is that? I think it's extraterrestrials.
You know what I think? I
I'm not
think
saying little green men. I'm saying
no. I know
extraterrestrials.
we've established that. Now, when we talk of aliens, we don't mean big ass heads and fucking Mars attacks shit. We
They can
think
look
of
like
like
us.
xenomorphs, like xenomorphs.
No, I'm
Um,
thinking fucking they look just like us. They could be time travelers, dude. They could be so far advanced, and the aliens that we see in our skies could be us from the future, and they're coming back to monitor us to make sure that we're on track and we're not blowing up the fucking world and dropping another
so
bomb on
like,
Hiroshima.
so what if our conscience is like the sixth dimension, fifth and sixth dimension? You ever seen
Right.
Interstellar?
No, but
Oh, dude.
everything, everything is connected. Like if you can look at the anatomy of your eyeball and your DNA and the universe, like it all looks extremely similar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's fucking how is that? Like who
No, I
fucking
get it. I don't go as far as like believing in aliens, but I do believe that there is
don't say the word
something.
alien. Take the word alien out of it. Then what would it be? Like, don't say
I'm
aliens because
I'm
aliens is,
no, no, no. I'm more like kind of like what you said. Uh,
uh,
we're here for a reason. We got here somehow. I just feel like if I'm morally, ethically doing the right thing and being kind to somebody, I'm just gonna live my fucking life and die, and that's it. Like that,
right.
I believe that's it. Like,
Right. Okay. So check this out. Here's like so you're saying there's no heaven or hell, physical place,
no,
right?
you're just done. Like you
Right.
just
Okay.
expire.
So what you think is like after you die, it's a lot like before you were born. What was it like before you were born?
Exactly. You
Okay.
you don't
But
know.
right, no, nobody does. But check this out. It has been scientifically proven that every single person that dies loses 21 grams of weight. Did I ever tell you this before?
No,
It
enlighten
does
me.
it does not matter how tall, short, fat, skinny, it does not matter. Every single human being that dies, cadavers are people who donate their body to science.
Right.
Every single person that dies after shitting and pissing themselves and everything, everyone loses 21 grams of weight. And they don't know why. They cannot explain it. What is that? I think it is the soul, and let me explain why. Energy. We are ran by energy.
Mhm.
I right? Would you
Yeah.
agree?
No,
Okay, so
absolutely.
energy is the only thing known to man that cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. It is only converted. So where does it come from and where does it end? Nowhere. It's like we were talking about earlier about like when you die, it's like before you were born. We don't know, right?
Right.
So energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted. And I'll give you an example. When your car sits in a parking lot and the sun travels through your windshield, the sunlight, that's energy. Light can pass through glass. Heat cannot. So when the light passes through your fucking windshield, it converts into heat. Then when you open your car door, it converts into carbon dioxide and then the trees breathe it in and then it gets breathed out and it's fucking turned into oxygen.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to
No,
say?
no, I get you.
So it's like, what if that 21 grams is your soul? Now, would you agree that there's positive energy and negative energy,
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah.
like a battery, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a shitty fucking person, when you die, you're gonna turn into a form of negative energy. You might come back as a fucking caterpillar's kneecap, you know,
Who'd
or
you
a
piss off?
or a corn kernel and fucking Hitler's turd. Or if you're a positive person, you might come back as Megan Fox's vagina, getting fucked by MGK all day. Like, how cool would that? Wait, I fucked that up. You know what I mean?
No, that'd be gross.
No, I meant to say you would come back as MGK's cock going into Megan Fox's vagina.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
just wanna
That
come
makes
back
more
as his
sense.
balls, so I'm just slapping her ass.
Slapping her butthole.
Yeah.
Hey, man, positive, negative energy.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
that's what I
that makes a lot of sense, but I just you know what I hope,
mm,
and this is what I believe I don't believe, but I sit in bed at night and I think I hope this is what happens. 2 things. I 100% hope and believe, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I can't say believe. I
believe is
hope
a fine word to use. You can use believe
well,
or
I'm already
think
I already
maybe.
believe that once you're done, that's it, but what I wanna believe yeah, that's it. What I wanna believe is you you die and you're reincarnated. Now, I'm not saying into a dog, bird, snake, but
Eat a grass,
your soul goes and you know that time period to where you don't know before you're born?
right?
That's what happens, and then let's say 20, 30, 50 years after you've died and expired, boom, you're born again. You know, it's not right away. That's what I
Check this
hope.
out. Check this out. What about this? You die. Everybody says they see the light at the end of the tunnel when they die, right?
Mhm.
And they say that their life flashes before their eyes. What about
Yep.
if you die, you're automatically transferred into a fetus ready to give birth. The light at the end of the tunnel is the birth canal. The light is the light in the operating room, and every baby comes out crying because they're realizing, holy shit, I'm dead. Their life is flashing before their eyes. They're crying because I'm dead, and then they come into the world as a new person, and then boom, clean
Boom.
slate, they're
Clean
blank. That's the
reset.
instant reincarnation. Like what?
I hope. I hope.
But then everything is gone. Like there's no more Audie. Now you're fucking Steve.
Billy.
You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. It's like when you like, oh, my aunt used to have a wolf, and then it got mean. No, it didn't. It got wolf. You know, like fucking. You know what I mean? So it's like you did. There's no more
No.
Audie, man.
No, no,
Now you're just a
well,
memory.
there's no
And
more Audie. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think too that people die twice, and I think the first time people die is when you shed your mortal coil, when your soul leaves your body. That's when
Okay.
you die. Your heart stops, you're dead. The second time you die is when the last living person that is alive that can talk about you, when they die. Now you're
Yeah.
gone forever. Because,
Yep.
like, my dad is still alive through memory. I can
Yeah.
talk about my dad, but when the last fucking person, I tell my kids about him and give them pictures, and eventually, man, in a fucking
Yeah.
50 years,
Well,
he's gonna be dead
you
too.
know,
That's when you die twice.
you know, they say about when you're buried, they
Mm.
said the average, I think, 60 to 80 years, you're forgotten. Like,
Well, think of
there's
yeah,
you know, like, it's a grave of like, go to a graveyard and you're like, 1839.
right.
Nobody know like, you can Google this motherfucking nobody knows.
No, and, like, alright, to be generous, let's say the average human lives 100 years. We all know that's extremely rare.
Mhm.
But, like, okay, the fucking Civil War and shit was, like, 300 years ago. That's only, like, 2 grandpas ago. Like, it's
Mhm.
really, like, not that long ago, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and that's being generous with living 100 years, you know?
Right.
I know we started as Jim Jones, but, like, fuck him. I like this conversation, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So think of this. So that was my other what I hope to believe it happens. My second one, and this one's really sad and fucked up, but I would much rather this happen than you that's it. There's no more. I think and I hope to believe, and I hope this is another thing. You die, like let's say I die tomorrow, 38-year-old. I hope you're reborn again, Audie, and you relive your life all the way up to the age of 38 again. But you have
You can
like
make different choices.
lessons, yeah, like I die tomorrow
So
and then
what
I
you're
get
saying
reset.
is you just want to come back so you don't marry Brit. You want to marry that other chick that you met right before, don't you?
Yeah, it was a dude.
It's the fucking dude, he said. That's
but
amazing.
but you know, like that, like
I wish I didn't jerk
like
off on that bus in front of everybody.
I'll know next time when I want to start this podcast, I'll do it like 5 years before this time.
Yeah,
That way.
we didn't invent Amazon. You know,
Yeah.
like you would pick a way better co-host too. You
Or
know,
like
like someone way more
or
smart and attractive.
that happens and you make the decision to where you can outlive 38.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's like the
fuck.
Goosebumps books back in the day. Remember the Choose Your Own Adventure
Yeah.
books? Like if you want to rub the genie's lamp, turn to page 29. If you want to say fuck that and turn around and go home, turn to page 14. Remember those books?
Yeah.
It'd be like that, dude.
Well, there's video games, there's RPG games too. It's like,
Yeah,
do you go left or right? Do you
right.
drink this potion? Yeah.
You know
That
what I wish would happen before when we die? I just want to be a ghost. I believe in
yeah.
ghosts, and I just want to be a spirit. I want to exit my mortal coil, and I want to float around and be able to watch my kids grow up like a fly on the wall scenario. Watch them grow up, and then like the alien scenario, like not being an alien, but you're a ghost. Try to fucking manipulate situations to like guide them through their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By
No, that makes
insinuating
sense.
shit. I would
Like,
love to be a ghost. And then when it's all said and done, when you die twice for the second time and no one's allowed to talk about you anymore, you got the whole fucking universe to travel through. You're a form of energy. You're a ball of energy. You can
yeah,
go
like
wherever the
fifth
fuck
and
you
sixth
want.
dimension shit.
Yeah,
Like you can
11
bounce through.
dimensions.
Like, I'd hope that happened and I could come back and watch some other man fuck my wife.
Like some cuckolds.
Like ghost cuckold. No, I'm kidding.
Dude,
That
no,
would piss me the fuck off, man. Like, what do you do when you're if you're a ghost? Like, how do you like? What do you do to fight a motherfucker? You know?
you can't. There's no. What are you gonna do? Turn on the blender? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna throw shit across the room and
or like fucking
fucking
wham, 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 and you're like,
like
hey, knock
some
it off. I don't know. That's absurd. Fuck that.
yeah. I don't want to watch another man raise my kids. fuck,
Ho-
fuck
ho-
that.
Hopefully, you and Britt will be side by side. Like I'm thinking, like when me and Dora, like if I die first, I'll be fucking in the atmosphere. Well, I don't want to watch. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
I guess,
dude.
I guess I would go somewhere else and then come back when she dies and be like, "Hey, remember me?"
Hey.
And
And then
then
she'd be like, I
I'll be
died
up.
and I like this is the guy I died with, so I'm with him now. So
Here's
you
the
do that
thing.
as a ghost.
I'll be off fucking ghost chicks. She's, you know what I mean? And then we'll get back and be like, "What up? Let's go fucking, I don't know, let's travel the
Like
fucking
some
universe."
Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg shit.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Like
fuck a ghost chick. If you could fuck anyone who was dead and bring him back to life, who would it be?
Amy Winehouse.
Fucking liar.
You know what? On
Oh,
some serious shit, Janis
yeah.
Joplin.
What? You'd fuck Janis Joplin?
Fuck
You
yeah,
know
I
she
would.
don't shave her legs or armpits, right?
I don't care. It's Janis
You don't
Joplin.
care. She don't even got ass. Like she's like, I don't know, man. She's
Yeah,
too.
she
I
got
don't
some
know.
mean vocals though.
Not
You
really.
know what I'm saying?
I don't know, dude. I feel sorry for your decision.
Who would you fuck?
Oh man. Uh, Probably Sharon Tate, dude.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, you motherfucker.
Or Marilyn Monroe.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, or Betty Page. That's a good one.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I'd
I,
probably
I,
like
if I had to choose straight up, it would be, I think, Sharon Tate.
yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I think straight up mine would probably be Selena.
Oh, I'm a sucker for Mexican chicks.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't how old was she when she was killed? 17? No, she was
Oh,
18.
she was like 25 or something.
25?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, we're good then. Yeah, I'd fuck her when I had to bring her back. I have to clarify that.
Yeah, we gotta knock this off because, like, I know our wives don't listen to this podcast, but just in case they do, they're gonna be like, "Oh, really? You want to
No,
fucking?"
Brittany don't give a fuck.
So if you had a fucking dude that's dead, who would it be?
Jim Morrison, straight up.
Fuck. No, just
yours would be Charles Manson, wouldn't it?
Trick question. No, because he'd probably want to like bite me and like he'd be weird. I guess off the top of my head, I don't know, Kurt Cobain. I guess because he's got blonde hair, so I could just pretend that it's a chick.
Oh my god,
does that count? We gotta get up. I thought we were talking about fucking Jim Jones, man.
That's who we could bring back and we would run a train on. Jim Jones
with a fucking sword. That piece of shit. So
but,
I don't know, man. We said we'd do an hour. Let's sum up on this little fucking scumbag. The death and do you got any videos? Did you pull up any or?
You want to hear the death tape?
Do you got it?
Yeah.
How long is it?
44 minutes.
All right, so the scenario is the situation is they went down to fucking Guyana, join a cult, and there was like 900 of them, right?
918
kids and everything, and they fucking like this dude was this guy got so fucked up on pills, it would get to the point to where he would sit back in his chair and just talk and talk and talk, and they're like, all right, wrap it up. But he wouldn't wrap it up. He would just talk. And then when these people are trying to go to bed, he'd talk over the PA system and just ramble. And they're like, fuck, let me go to sleep. And then like a news place came in with a helicopter, and like some people tried to escape and got shot. Some people did escape, and it came down to, all right, we all got to die. And there were people who lined up and stood in line to drink this poison. But there were kids, little tiny fucking kids. And you can hear them screaming in the background. And you can hear the mothers screaming in the background like, fuck this. I don't want to do this. And you hear Jim Jones saying, mother, 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 calm down, mother. And what they did is they had the teenage kids hold down the little kids, and they put the flavor aid in a syringe and shot it into their mouths and made them drink it. Yep. Like, what the fuck? If you got the death tape, man,
you want to hear it? Hear a little bit of it? Hear a little bit of it?
Let's go. Let's see what we got, and let's let it ride for as long as we can. I'll fucking take a shot. Let's go.
All right.
Listener, beware. This shit is fucking brutal. Are you playing it? You ready to?
Yeah. Give me a second.
All right. I figured that you were bringing it up, but yeah, this man. All right, let's go. This shit is awful.
It even gives you a
We might get shut down after this, to be honest. Facebook might kick us off. Oh, you found it on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right,
who cares?
Yeah, let's see. Fuck them.
Have made our life impossible. There's no way to detach ourselves from what's happened today. Not only we're in a compound situation, not only are there those who have left and committed the betrayal of the century. Some have stolen children from others, and then
he sounds fucked up, dude. Just listen to him.
Oh, he's shit hammered. He's fucked up on pills. Where'd he get his pills? He's in fucking. You know what? The fuck is this guy doing?
Right now to kill them because they stole their children.
Listen to those babies crying.
And we are sitting here waiting on a powder keg. I don't think this is what we want to do with our babies. I don't think that's what we had in mind to do with our babies. It was said by the greatest of prophets from time immemorial, no man takes my life from me, I lay my life down. So to sit here and wait for the catastrophe that's going to happen on that airplane, it's going to be a catastrophe. Almost happened here. Almost happened. The congressman was nearly killed here.
He was killed. He did kill.
He shot himself.
The congressman?
Oh yeah, there was a dude right on the helicopter that got killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to share this.
They ambushed and shit. You want me to skip a little bit? Let's get into the fucking nasty.
Just fucking
go all the way through?
Play it and then we'll stop and fucking chit chat about it. Whatever. Go. I don't know.
But you can't steal people's children. You can't take off with people's children without expecting a violent reaction. And that's not so unfamiliar to us either. If we
pause it. So they had people come in being like, "Hey, if you want to leave, it's time to leave now. Let's go now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you can't take children away." I was like, "Fuck, you're taking children away, you fucking scumbag."
Someone said, I can't see the name, he killed a journalist, but I thought it was the fucking.
There was a journalist that died that day.
Well, there was several people that got smoked, but
yeah, that were part of the fucking cult.
Yeah, I think it was one of like a state representative or somebody.
It was like there was military men involved too, right? Like maybe a couple like that went down like with the news people. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this shit. Listeners, fill us in if you can, if you're watching live.
Yeah, do some Googling for us, but I swear
even if we were Judeo-Christian, if we weren't communists, the world, the kingdom suffereth violence, and the violence shall take it by force. If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace. We've been so betrayed. We have been so terribly betrayed. But we tried, and as Jack Beam often said, I don't know where he's at right this moment. Where's Jack? He said, if this only worked one day, it was worthwhile.
Fuck if it was. Fast forward a couple of minutes or something.
Yeah.
I can't believe people are fucking cheering this. This is before it fucking goes down, though. This is like, what, a 45-minute tape?
Yeah, 44 minutes.
I mean, you don't got to go that far if you want. You want to get to the baby shit? Fuck, I don't know. Let's do it and fucking, I don't know.
Where exactly?
I can't believe I'm fucking listening to this again. This is fucking bullshit. This is what we do, though, for being fucking podcasters, I guess, if you want. That's what you want to call us. Because I've seen that.
No more pain. Jim Cobb is laying on the airfield dead at this moment.
They're fucking cheering, bro.
Yeah.
Remember the Oliver woman said she'd come over and kill me if her sons wouldn't stop her. These are people, the peddlers of hate. All we're doing is laying down our life. We're not letting them take our life. We're laying down our life. We're taking their lives. We just want peace.
All I'd like to say is that my so-called parents is filled with so much hate and treachery. I think you people out here should think about how your relatives was and be glad about that the children are being laid to rest. And all I like to say is I thank Dad for making me strong to stand with it all and make me ready for it. Thank you.
Pause it. That was clearly a black man. And he was talking about these babies that are dead, and is he's proud to fucking die, like he's ready for it. Like, what the fuck? The fuck is wrong with this dude?
They're brainwashed, man. Let's skip forward a little bit.
Well, I want to hear the fucking babies die. Like, I don't want to, but like, this is why we're here. If we're gonna listen to it, let's fucking listen to it. But I kind of want to hear that fucking dude finish. Like, well, man, how the fuck could you stand there?
Yeah, like, and then my dad made me proud.
Yeah,
not our home. Well, it sure isn't. As we were saying, it sure wasn't. He doesn't want to tell him. All he's doing, if they will tell him, assure these children. Some people assure these children of the relaxation of stepping over to the next plane. We've set an example for others. We've set 1,000 people who say we don't like the way the world is. Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world.
So is this at the right before? Is this the recording right before?
Right before what?
Before they drink the Kool-Aid.
I think like the whole thing is going on while he's talking. This motherfucker rambles the whole time, and people are taking the poison because like homeboy was talking about how I'm ready to die and my dad died. Like
Yeah.
his dad already took the poison. This whole thing is fucking mid. Like there's people taking this poison while he's talking. He just rambles and rambles and rambles. This is the death tape. It was a 45-minute fucking fiasco where these people are killing themselves, and he just won't shut the fuck up. And then homeboy grabbed the mic and he's like, "Hey, I'm proud to die. My dad just died." Like he's talking about his dad killing himself. I don't want to say I want to hear the kids, but there's a part of this fucking tape where there's kids screaming and they're telling the older kids to hold them down, and then you hear moms in the background screaming, "Not my baby," or whatever, "We don't want to do this." And then you hear Jim Jones say, "Mother, mother, mother," and then pop, pop, there's guns. They shot the mom while they're fucking poisoning her kid. Like,
damn.
The way last podcast on the left played the whole tape, and I listened to that shit at work. This is like in 2017 when I listened to it, and I cried, and like it fucked me up for like some days. And I don't know. I wish I knew the exact moment, but
yeah, I don't know if it's towards the end or
fucking skip through. Do what you got to do. Find it.
I'll figure it out.
Play it. This is what people are listening to while they're fucking dying, that music.
On for the fields.
Where's the vat? The vat. Where's the vat with the green C?
To go on for unto the fine. And thank you, Dad.
The vat with the green C in, please. Bring it here so the adults can begin.
Yeah.
Beg you, don't fail to follow my advice. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. That we do it and that they do it. Must trust you. You have to step across.
Want to stand with it all.
Love that His mercy should go on forever, on for the fields.
Where's the vat? The vat. Where's the vat with the green C?
Go on for.
What do you say? The vat?
I have the entire transcript right here, word for fucking word. I have the whole goddamn transcript. I don't know that specific part because I was reading this shit, but
I'll keep going. You should try to find it.
All right.
Around to the fine, and thank you, Dad.
The vat with the green C in, please. Bring it here so the adults can begin.
Yeah.
Beg you, don't fail to follow my advice. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. That we do it and that they do it. Must trust you. You have to step across. We used to sing, this world's not our home. Well, it sure isn't. we were saying. It sure wasn't. He doesn't want to tell him. All he's doing, if they will tell him, assure these children. Some people assure these children of the relaxation of stepping over to the next plane. We've set an example for others. We've set 1,000 people who say we don't like the way the world is. Please stop. Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world. Relax, and you'll have no problem. You'll have no problem with the thing if you just relax.
The children here a great deal because of Jim Jones. And the way the children are laying there now, I'd rather see them lay like that than to see them have to die like the Jews did, which was pitiful anyhow. And I'd just like to thank Dad for giving us life and also death. And I appreciate the fact, the way our children are going. Because like Dad said, when they come in, what they're going to do to our children, they're going to massacre our children. And also the ones that they take captured, they're going to just let them grow up and be dummies like they want them to be, and not grow up to be a socialist like the one and only Jim Jones. So I'd like to thank Dad for our opportunity for letting Jonestown be not what it could be, but what Jonestown is. Thank you, Dad.
It's not to be feared. It is not to be feared. It's a friend. It's a friend. You're sitting there. Show your love for one another. Calm. Let's get calm. Let's get calm. To us, we had nothing we could do. We can't separate ourselves from our own people. For 20 years laying in some old rotten nursing home.
That's insane.
Keep playing it.
Taking us through all these anguish years. They took us and put us in chains, and that's nothing. There's no comparison to that, to this. They robbed us of our land, and they've taken us and driven us, and we tried to find ourselves. We tried to find a new beginning, but it's too late. You can't separate yourself from your brother and your sister. No way I'm going to do it. I refuse. I don't know who fired the shot. I don't know who killed the congressman. But as far as I'm concerned, I killed him. You understand what I'm saying?
Told you.
I killed him. He had no business coming. I told him not to come. And what's being done.
Hey. You were coming up on the... Go back to where you were.
Fuck.
This is going to be the last thing we fucking play. You were coming up on the... I'm sorry. You were coming up on the part that I was talking about.
Okay.
That few that's gone is many more here. He's still, that's not all of us. That's not all yet. That's just a few that has got a chance to get to the one that they could tell their story to, their lives to. So I'm looking at so many people crying. I wish you would not cry and just thank Father. Just thank him. I hear about I've been here 1 year and 9 months, and I never felt better in my life, not in San Francisco, but until I came to Jonestown. I've enjoyed this life. I've had a beautiful life, and I don't see nothing for us to be crying about. We should be happy. At least I am. Let's sing a little thing.
Is he coming up?
Yeah.
Be alive today. I just like to thank Dad because he was the only one that stood up for me when I needed him. And thank you, Dad.
Dad.
I'm glad you're my brothers and sisters, and I'm glad to be here. Okay.
Please, for God's sakes, let's get on with it. We've lived as no other people have lived and
He's
loved.
trying to rush them to
We've
kill
had as much
themselves.
of this world as you're going to get. Let's just be done with it. Let's be.
Do what?
Keep going. He's trying to rush them to kill themselves. For God's sakes, let's be done with it. Keep
done
playing.
with the agony of it. It's far, far harder to have to watch you every day die slowly. And from the time you're a child to the time you get gray, you're dying. Dishonest, and I'm sure that they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it. This is a revolutionary suicide. This is not a self-destructive suicide. So they'll pay for this. They brought this upon us, and they'll pay for that. I leave that destiny to them. Who wants to go with their child has a right to go with their child.
Pause.
I think it's humane.
Pause it. Right now, we're saying who wants to go with their child has a right to go with their child. I think it's humane. I want to go. I want to see you go, though. They can take me and do with me whatever you want to do. I want to see you go. I want to see you go through the hell no more, no more, no more. And there's more babies crying in the background. Play that. I got the whole transcript. We're going to go through it and I'm going to read it to you. I'll tell you.
I want to see you go, though. They can take me and do with me whatever they want to do. I want to see you go. I don't want to see you go through this hell no more. No more, no more, no more.
Pause. The next thing he says is, we're trying. If everybody will relax, the best thing you do is to relax, and you will have no problems. You'll have no problems with this thing if you just relax. That's Jones. Play that, and I'll tell you when to pause again.
Okay.
We're trying. If everybody will relax, the best thing you do to relax, and you'll have no problem. You'll have no problem with the thing if you just relax.
Pause. Pause. There's an unidentified man that comes up. And meanwhile, do you hear the children in the background crying and screaming?
Yeah.
So there's an unidentified man that approaches the microphone and he says, the children hear a great deal because of Jim Jones, and the way of the children are laying dead now. I'd rather see them lay than that than to see them have to die like the Jews did, which was pitiful anyhow. And I'd just like to thank Dad for giving us life and also death. And I appreciate the fact the way of our children are going, because like Dad said, when they came in, what they're going to do to our children, they're going to massacre our children. And also the ones they take captive, they're going to just let them grow up and be dummies like they want them to be, and not grow up to be socialists like the one and only Jim Jones. So I'd like to thank Dad for the opportunity letting Jonestown be. Not what it could be, but what Jonestown is. Thank you, Dad. And then that claps again. And this is that black guy that we were talking about. So now we're done jumping around, because now I got the fucking goddamn every word for word. So go ahead and hit play. I'll tell you when to stop again.
Okay.
Of the children here a great deal because of Jim Jones. And the way the children are laying there now, I'd rather see them lay like that than to see them have to die like the Jews did, which was pitiful anyhow. And I just like to thank Dad for giving us life and also death. And I appreciate the fact the way our children are going. Because like Dad said, when they come in, what they're going to do to our children, they're going to massacre our children. And also the ones that they take captured, they're going to just let them grow up and be dummies like they want them to be, and not grow up to be a socialist like the one and only Jim Jones. So I'd like to thank Dad for our opportunity for letting Jonestown be not what it could be, but what Jonestown is. Thank you, Dad.
Pause. It's not feared. It is not to be feared.
Pause. So this fucking piece of shit, he's talking about children laying face down on the goddamn ground and being dead. And he's saying that I'd rather see them, he's basically saying I'd rather see them dead on the fucking ground than what's going to happen when the government, the American government comes to take us away. He would rather see these fucking kids get murdered and lay on the fucking ground than be what? A part of a fucking democracy, basically. Because he's saying, he's like, I'd rather see them dead than grow up and be dummies like they want them to be, and they won't grow up to be socialists like the one and only Jim Jones. What's a socialist? Do you know what that is? I don't.
It's like a communist, socialist.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those genres of
fuck them, right? Would you rather have your fucking kid be dead or be a socialist? You got to think that long to fucking answer? Fuck you. This next episode is going to be about Audie Marsh and how much of a shitty father he is. Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? Fuck.
I'd rather be a socialist.
Anyway. God damn. All right, so the next thing is Jim Jones, and he says, it's not to be feared. It's not to be feared. It's a friend. It's a friend. You're sitting there. Show your love for one another. Let's get calm. Let's get calm. Let's get calm. And then there's babies screaming in the background. And then Jim Jones says, to us, we had nothing we could do. We can't. We can't separate ourselves from our own people. For 20 years laying in some old rotten nursing home, taking us through all these anguished years, they took us and put us in chains, and that's nothing. There's no comparison to that. They've robbed us of our land, and they've taken us and driven us until we tried to find ourselves. We tried to find brother and your sister. No way I'm going to do it. I refuse. I don't know who fired the shot. I don't know who killed the congressman. But as far as I'm concerned, I killed him. You understand what I'm saying? I killed him. He had no business coming. I told him not to come. Die with respect. Die with a degree of dignity. Lay down your life with dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. It's nothing to death. Just like Max said, it's just stepping over into another plane. Don't be this way. Stop this hysterics. This is not the way for people who are socialistic communists to die. No way for us to die. We must die with some dignity. That's what he's fucking saying while these babies are fucking screaming. Now, play that, and then I'm going to tell you the mother shit, and then we're going to fucking end it.
It's a friend. It's a friend. You're sitting there. Show your love for one another. Let's get calm. Let's get calm. To us, we had nothing we could do. We can't separate ourselves from our own people.
For 20 years laying in some old rotten nursing home. Taking us through all these anguish years. They took us and put us in chains, and that's nothing. There's no comparison to that, to this. They robbed us of our land, and they've taken us and driven us till we tried to find ourselves. We tried to find a new beginning, but it's too late. You can't separate yourself from your brother and your sister. No way I'm going to do it. I refuse. I don't know who fired the shot. I don't know who killed the congressman. But as far as I'm concerned, I killed him. You understand what I'm saying? I killed him. He had no business coming. I told him not to come. Die with respect, die with a degree of dignity. Lay down your life with dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. There's nothing to death. It's like Max said, it's just stepping over into another plane. Don't be this way. Stop this hysterics. This is not the way for people who are socialist, communists to die. No way for us to die. We must die with some dignity.
Pause. Then he says, soon we'll have no choice. Now we have some choice. You think they're going to allow this to be done and allow us to get by with this? You must be insane. But children, it's just something to put you to rest. Oh God. Then babies, this is the part. Babies are screaming, crying, and then you hear him say, mother, 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 please, mother, please, 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 don't do this, don't do this. Lay down your life with your child, but don't do this. And that's the one that's the mom that's freaking out, like, don't kill my fucking baby. And he's like, just fucking die with them. And then I think I'm gonna end it after this, and I'm gonna go upstairs and hug my kids, and I'm gonna get off this because this is fucking me up.
We can end it now, man.
I want to listen to the whole fucking thing. Weirdly, I want to hear it to get through it.
No, I get it.
But like my lady's texting me and she's upstairs. She's like, "Can you come upstairs?" You know what I mean? Like she wants to kick it with me and hang out and shit. So that's another one of my excuses, 100%. But let's play this. Yeah, hit play.
Soon we'll have no choice. Now we have some choice. You think they're going to allow this to be done and allow us to get by with it?
Must be insane.
But children, it's just something to put you to rest. Oh, God. Mother, 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 please. Mother, please, 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 don't do this, don't do this. Lay down your life with your child, but don't do this. Free at last. Please, keep your emotions down, keep your emotions down. Children, it will not hurt if you'll be quiet.
Pause.
If you'll be quiet.
Pause. He just said, please keep your emotions down. Keep your emotions down, children. It will not hurt if you will be quiet, if you'll be quiet. He's trying to tell the fucking kids it's not going to hurt. Just fucking shut the fuck up and die, you know?
Yeah.
Then he says, without listening to it, I'll just read the transcript. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, whatever you want to do, man.
Jones says, it's never been done before, you say? It's been done by every tribe in history, every tribe facing annihilation. All the Indians in the Amazon are doing it now. They refuse to bring any babies into the world. They kill every child that comes into the world because they don't want to live in this kind of world. So be patient. Be patient. Death is, I tell you, I don't care how many screams you hear. I don't care how many anguish cries. Death is 1,000,000 times preferable to 10 more days of this life. If you knew what was ahead of you, you'd be glad to be stepping over tonight. Death, death, death is common to people and the Eskimos. They take death in their stride. Let's be dignified. If you'll quit telling them they're dying, you adults will stop some of this nonsense. Adults. I call on you to stop this nonsense. I call on you to quit exciting your children when they're all doing is going to quiet rest. I call on you to stop this now. If you have any respect at all, are we black, proud, and socialist? Or what are we? Now stop this nonsense. Don't carry this on anymore. You're exciting your children. All over. All right, so this is after like babies die and shit. He says, all over, and it's good. No sorrow that it's all over. I'm glad it's over. Hurry, 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 my children, hurry. All I say, let's not fall in the hands of the enemy. Hurry, my children, hurry. There are seniors out here that I'm concerned about. So he's telling the kids to die because there's older people, senior citizens that need to die too. He's like, I'm worried about the senior citizens that are going to get fucking shot or whatever. Like, so the babies need to die. I don't want to leave my seniors to this mess. But you leave the fucking kids to it? Anyway. Quickly. Sisters, good knowing you. No more pain now. No more pain, I said. No more pain. Jim Cobb is laying on the airfield, dead at this moment. Jim Cobb is the fucking dude that got shot.
Yeah.
Remember, though, this is Oliver woman. Said she could come over and kill me if her son wouldn't have stopped her. These are people that are peddlers of hate. All we're doing is laying down our life. We're not letting them take our life. We're laying down our lives. Not taking their lives. We just want peace. And then there's a man in the background that says, okay, stop this. Children, stop this crying, all of you. So there's dudes in the background trying to fucking tell the kids to shut the fuck up and just take it. And then this other guy says, in countries, I think you people out here should think about how your relatives was and be glad about that the children are being to rest. And all I can say is that I can thank Dad for making me strong and to stand with them and make me ready for it. Thank you. And then Jones says, all that's let me. And they're doing is taking a drink. That takes go to sleep. That's what death is, sleep. But I'm tired of it all. And like this just goes on. All right, we're almost done. I'll just read the rest of it.
Didn't that pussy like shoot himself?
Yeah. So then another identified woman says, loving thing we could have ever done. The most loving thing of all of us could have done. It's been a pleasure walking with all of you in this revolutionary struggle. No other way I would rather go than to give my life for a socialism, communism, and I thank Dad very, very much. Then another identified woman says, that Dad's love and mercy, goodness and kindness, and bring us to this land of freedom. His love, his mother was the advanced guide to socialism, and his love, his mercy will go on forever. Then Jones says, where's the vat? The vat. Where's the vat? With the green thing? That's what he says. Then another identified woman says, love is to go on, and thank you, Dad. Then Jones says, the vat with the green CN, please. Bring it here so the adults can begin. Beg you, don't. Fall to follow my advice. You'll be sorry. That will do it. Then they won't do it. Then there's voices in the background that say, "That's right, that's right, that's right." Then Jones says, "Must trust. You have to step across. We used to sing, this world's not our home. Well, it sure isn't. We were saying it sure wasn't. Really doesn't want. You're telling me all he's doing is what we'll tell him. Assure these. Can some people assure these children of the relaxation of stepping over to the next plane? That set an example for others. You set 1,000 people who say, we don't like the way the world is." Then the crowd says, "That's right, that's right." Then Jones says, "Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world." How fucking contradicting is that piece of shit? The whole fucking time. We're not dying, we're passing a plane. And then he's talking about fucking planes of existence. And then he's like, we didn't kill ourselves, but we're killing ourselves. It's fucking, I hate him. I hate him. And I hate you for making me do this fucking subject.
Hey, don't blame me.
Don't blame us, baby.
Well, I must say this was a very interesting podcast. You made it.
I'm over it. Hour and a half in. I told you, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I was shit hammered. I've been up for who knows how long, who cares? But I was like, I'm in no shape to do a podcast, let alone about this piece of shit. But we made it. Thank you for saying that I made it, because I totally made it through.
You made it.
I just want to go upstairs and hug my kids, man.
Yeah. Go do
How
it.
rough was that? Tell me the truth.
No, dude. So I'm very weathered to fucked up shit.
You're fucking,
no,
you're a soldier,
and it's
Operation Iraqi Freedom. You're a military police officer. You've seen some shit.
Yeah, and it's sad that I don't like some of the emotions that I miss out on in life because of my occupation. At the end of the day, what he piece of shit. What he did was like beyond fucking wrong. I hope in another life, going back to what we talked about earlier, that those children found somewhat.
If heaven and hell is real, I hope that God is holding those kids on a fucking playground.
Oh, absolutely.
And eating lollipops and Snickers as far as the eye can see. And then I hope that every adult involved is just burning with bugs crawling in and out of their asshole.
Absolutely. There was one elderly person that hid under her bed during this whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think she finally died like a couple years ago or something. I don't know.
Because this is just the death tape. Like this, I think there people like lived like another day or two after this death tape. And because I think he went over the PA like for another 2 days or something. I mean, I could be wrong, but then he just, this is how he talks, and he's just like fucking talking like this, all I am pills, and then he blew his fucking brains out. But
what a bitch!
Fuck that pussy.
He got everybody to take it, but then he wouldn't fucking.
Yeah, dude. All right, so last question. We asked each other what would it take to join a cult, and we joked around. What would it take for you to stand idly by and watch a child get killed?
That would never happen.
That's the correct answer.
Like I would, as an adult, if I was there, if I was so brainwashed, I was there next to Jim Jones, let's say for some fucking reason, and then he started doing that shit with the children,
I'm dying too.
Yep. I would do everything in my power to kill him myself. Because if you cut the snake's head off, the body will die.
Right.
So what if someone like smoked him? I know they're all brainwashed, but like
there's 1,000 people there.
Right. But I'm saying like,
so I think like 700 of them or something were kids. Like there was there
was a shit ton, mostly black. But like,
why'd you say it like that?
Well, I'm. It's just like it's sad. Like
No,
mostly black. It's like at the
they
end
were
of the day,
following
this
this white
motherfucker.
asshole from the Midwest.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this
then
was
they went
some
down.
racist cult leader. Let's think about it.
Yeah,
He
no, I
led
get
a
it.
bunch of black people to kill themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Jim Jones was a racist.
For sure.
But no,
dude, I got a bloody nose. My nose just started bleeding.
God damn it, you're falling apart on me.
My nose is bleeding. But yeah, the correct answer is no, it would never happen.
No.
And I don't care if it was my kid,
They would
someone
kill
else's
me
kid.
trying to kill them.
I'm not even gonna stand in a fucking Walmart and watch a parent like, I get it, whoop that ass, like calm down, you know what I mean? But if I saw someone touching a kid or
oh yeah,
or like getting up, fucking a kid up.
You know why we would do that? Because
dude, I'm bleeding all over the fucking place. My nose just started bleeding.
That's why.
Right. No, yeah, someone's gonna get fucked up, dude. I'm like covered in
Jim
blood.
Jones coming after you, dude.
My nose just started fucking bleeding all over the
He
place.
came in. Jim Jones is listening to you right now. He's gonna fuck you up.
Fuck him, right in his ass. Piece of shit with a. If you could, all right. Last question: if you could stick anything in Jim Jones' ass, what would it be?
I'd probably stick red hot, fucking iron right up his shit chute.
I'm gonna go ahead and say chainsaw. I gotta go. My nose is like bleeding really bad. Like, don't kill kids. Go hug your kids. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Flavor Aid either. But drink Rip It energy drinks and Fireball, and listen to our podcast and donate your money. We're not asking for 1/3. We don't want 1/3 of your income. We want $5 a month, and we'll send you some T-shirts and shit.
Yep.
I love you, Audie. This is a great episode, I think.
Yeah, go take care of yourself.
Upload it to Spotify as soon as you can. I gotta go.
Yeah, go. Get the fuck out.
I gotta go. Fucking. All right, let's go. I love
Jim
you.
Jones.
Bye.
See ya. Fuck that guy.
Thank you for tuning in to our little Passion Project podcast. Remember, we go live every single Friday night, same damn time, same damn channel. So if you miss it, don't blame us.